Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the DC Direct Batman Arkham City Series 1 Infected Batman figure. Now, I gotta admit, the first time I saw this guy, I thought he was just unmasked Batman, but you can actually see over here on the side of the face that's actually not quite looking at you in the packaging is where most of the infected areas are. Also, on a side note, I was really wondering how they were going to get away with giving us a Batman in every series, seeing as I thought they had pretty much already given us the standard one, the armored one, and I could see unmasked. I didn't see any others. The second one they'll give us in Wave 2 is detective mode Batman. But another great way they're making you buy each one is each one comes with a specific different gadget from the game, which I've got to admit is a gimmick I love. This one's got the little hacker, I forget the exact name for it, cryptographic sequencer or something like that. Looks like he's got his base, and other than that, no accessories. On the back here, you can see the other characters in Wave 1, which were, of course, Harley Quinn, himself, and Robin. A read-up about the game, but no read-up about Batman specifically. So that being said, let's open him up. And here we have Infected Batman out of the packaging. Now, I've got to say, right off the bat, I'm loving how they sculpted his cape. Unlike Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, you're up on the rooftops and outside a lot, so the wind's constantly blowing the cape, and they've really captured that well. It's an absolutely beautiful design. He is a little back heavy on the base, not just because of the cape, just the way the figure is, but as you can see, there's no real problem with getting him to stay. Now, let's actually go into detail real quick because they have done a phenomenal job on this figure. I'm loving the Bruce Wayne face sculpt. I'm almost wishing it was just regular unmasked Batman. Of course, you can see over here how the Joker's infected blood, which is what he's infected with, is kind of starting to take effect. Fantastic job. You can see all the body armor, his utility belt, his gauntlets are very nice, his boots. We've already mentioned the cape. I'm especially liking how they've got the cowl just draped back here. You can actually see all the detail on it. It's not like they just forgot to put it on. Although I'm not remembering a part in the game where he takes his mask off and he's just disinfected. The only part I actually remember where he actively, the mask comes off is when Talia pulls it off, and as I recall, he's a lot more far gone at that point. Now, the cryptographic sequencer, or hacker, or whatever this thing's called, it's actually really nicely detailed. It actually has a little bit of articulation. There's a little bit of plastic shavings coming off. Kind of hard to move, but you can flip it up like that. 90% of the time when he uses this, he crouches, but oh well. Once again, I think it's a really neat little gimmick of including a different gadget with every Batman so we don't feel completely ripped off. Although I've got to say, I'm absolutely loving this guy. I wouldn't mind buying another one of this guy if they switched him back to standard Batman head sculpt without the cowl being down. Of course, now this was just like the Arkham Asylum line. A lot of DC Directs just have the same generic flat black base, and anything to kind of bring this up a notch would be appreciated. Even slapping the Bat logo on there, something. So as far as articulation, Batman does a full 360 at the head despite his cowl. His neck, he also does up and down. His arms are on a ball joint, go out, would do a full 360 if not for the cape. Bend at the elbow, spin at the gauntlet. Of course, no main torso articulation. Doesn't even look like he wants to do any left and right at the waist. Legs go forward, back slightly, single jointed at the knee, and turn at the boot. So, not a whole lot of articulation, but as always, about the amount expected from DC Direct. Let's actually get his cryptographic sequencer, or just plain old hacker, back in his hand. Okay. So, yeah, these just came out this week. DC Direct was on time for once. So, this is a fantastic figure. At first I was put off by the fact that it was just unmasked Batman. But now I'm absolutely loving it. The sculpt on this guy is beautiful. I love the cape. I love how every bit of his outfit's detailed. I like his accessories. $20 price tag at most comic book shops. Of course, my comic book shop, these came in and they were gone. The only ones they actually had left when I got there, because mine, they know to always pull the figures for me, was Harley Quinn, and that's because they special ordered just a case of Harley Quinn because they knew she'd be a big seller. So you can get this guy online or at your local comic shop. I highly recommend picking him up, and this is JTray997 saying I'll see you soon, YouTube.